Aw, animals.
Who's been giving them birds alcohol? Britain's Animal Service recently rescued a number of seagulls on English beaches after they appeared to have gotten into a little alcohol, causing them to go a little cuckoo. Britain's Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals said someone called them about over a dozen seagulls that were seen walking around on the beach like they were a bunch of drunkards. The RSPCA staff said the birds at first looked like they had botulism, and most seemed to recover after vomiting. Meanwhile, the vans they used to collect the birds now smell like pubs. Ah, fun times. The RSPCA suspect that a brewery or other alcohol distributor in the nearby area did not handle their alcohol waste properly, and the birds somehow gained access to the alcohol being dumped out. A veterinarian with the animal welfare charity told Sky News a few of the seagulls have died after showing symptoms of intoxication, but many are recovering. Just like a drunk person, they need time to let the effects wear off before they're back to normal again. Go easy on the alcohol, buddy.
Drinking too much alcohol increases cancer risk. A new study finds that drinkers have the lowest combined risk of developing cancer and dying prematurely, even when compared to people who do not drink at all. According to NPR, scientists looked at 100,000 adults in their mid-50s to early 70s and had each complete a survey about their alcohol consumption. Researchers then tracked these people for 9 years and found that the more alcohol consumed, the higher the risk of developing cancer and dying. Heavy drinkers were the most at risk. Scientists found that men who drank 3 or more drinks per day were 3 to 4 times more likely to develop esophagus or liver cancer. Other alcohol-related cancers were colorectal and breast cancer in women. According to NPR, a drink is a single shot of liquor, 5 ounces of wine, or 12 ounces of beer. So what are you waiting for? Cheers!
Coca-Cola gets boozy in Japan. It took over a century, but Coca-Cola is finally dipping its toes into the alcoholic beverages market. The catch? Only in Japan. With health-conscious people now shunning sugar, dismal soda sales have prompted the company to branch out with more innocuous drinks. Fortunately, they've realized that, at least in Japan, the fizzy, sugary stuff sells, but only if you booze it up. Case in point, the Japanese live for chuhais, alcoholic drinks made from shochu, sparkling water, and fruity flavorings that's especially popular with the ladies. Coca-Cola wants a slice of that chuhai pie and is set to experiment on developing their own unique version. Local beverage makers may be ahead of the game, but everyone and their obasang is curious to see what a player like the Coca-Cola company will bring to the table. The soda giant claims it's unlikely they'll be pulling this sort of boozy stunt elsewhere in the world, even though there are plenty of fans jonesing for a stiffer drink. Lucky guy for sure. A 20-year-old man survived falling from a 4th-story balcony over the weekend inside the famous Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas. Associated Press reported police say the unnamed man either jumped or fell from the balcony around 9:30 p.m. on Saturday. The man reportedly fell from the pyramid-shaped hotel's 4th-floor balcony, but fortunately some of the hotel's decorations saved him before he smashed into the ground. Lucky for him, he only suffered minor injuries and was taken to a hospital for treatment. Police told the Las Vegas Review-Journal that alcohol played a role in the incident. Others who had similar experiences weren't so lucky though, according to Las Vegas Review-Journal. In 2012, a 21-year-old California native met the floor after accidentally plunging 5 stories from the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas. Another incident covered in the Las Vegas Review-Journal reported a 38-year-old man also accidentally plunged 9 stories off the Hard Rock Hotel's balcony. 4 states and 300 miles. A dude from New Jersey went to a frat party in West Virginia and got so drunk that he unknowingly took a $1,600 Uber ride back to New Jersey. Kenneth Bachman of Sewell, New Jersey, was visiting friends last week near West Virginia University and went to a fraternity party. After a fun night with the bros, Bachman did the right thing and hired an Uber to take him home. The only problem, home was a 5-hour ride away, and Bachman thought he was going back to the place he was staying during his trip. The driver was definitely up for the job, and when Bachman got home, the fare was a whopping $1,635.93. Man, that is not how you want to end a trip. To make matters worse, he accidentally ordered an Uber XL, which is the more expensive ride. But Bachman was a good sport and paid the driver, and gave the driver a 5-star rating. Uber said the driver did what Bachman wanted and the company has been in touch with him, and he apparently agreed to pay the fare. However, Bachman said he still had to go back to West Virginia to pick up the bags he left behind. It's the passenger from hell. As if flying these days isn't bad enough, imagine being seated next to this pervert who not only harassed his playmates but also relieved himself right in the seat. An FBI affidavit identified Boulder resident Michael Allen Hogg as the passenger who got nasty on the Frontier flight from Denver to Charleston. The 45-year-old was downing double vodka tonics and seemed drunk and high, asking the woman beside him inappropriate questions and ogling her chest and legs. He then started touching a second woman who was sleeping. She woke up and told him to stop before calling a flight attendant who moved him to the back of the plane. After being belted in, Hogg promptly unbuckled and started peeing in the seat in front of him, to the shock and disgust of the passenger across the aisle. The unruly perv was taken to the front of the aircraft and promptly arrested once the plane landed in South Carolina. He's out on a $25,000 bond, but is currently facing 1 felony count of interfering with a flight crew and a misdemeanor charge for indecent exposure.